Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. Today I'm back once again, myself, facing off against good old Dimmy G, and we're here, Skaven versus Beastmen. And I will say right off the bat that my build is tournament legal, but it is very gross. I've got two Doom wheels here, one of them with Icket Claw, the other is the ROR Wheels of Doom. I've also got a Plague Priest on a Furnace, two Rat Ogres, two Flayers, and the Council Guard to give the associated heroes physical resistance. Got just slaves for the rest, just to give us some numbers, spears, and slings. As for Dimmy G's Beastmen, as he played in the last, he's got Goreherd up front, three Ungor Raiders, just a whole bunch of Goreherd and Ungorherd in Vanguard, so we're immediately going to get to the action here. He's got a lot of backline units, Centaurs, Kazrak also Vanguarded in the back here, Centaurs, Harpies. I believe he forgot to bring a caster as well. Oh no, he's got a Brayshaven Lord of Beasts over here, okay. So yeah, immediately we're going to move the Gross Death Ball forward and just start rolling up the line here. And there's not really a lot these light Beastman units can do to stop this. He doesn't have any anti-large AP, so it's just going to basically be this. And yeah, you can see immediately these Goreherd and Ungorherd just get absolutely ran over. We are going to get a Manticore summon from the Brayshaven. Does he have Amber Spear? No, he does not. Amber Spear actually might be okay for this kind of monster mass situation, but yeah, you can see the Harpies rushing in here. They might try and get us around and kind of slow down this Death Ball. A lot of the slaves have been cleaned up already, which is unsurprising, but the Death Ball will continue rolling forward. And we're going to throw an Overcast Death Frenzy here. It unfortunately does miscast and do a little bit of damage there to Icket, but all of a sudden the Harpies rush in, the Manticore rushes in, and Kazrak himself throws an Apocalyptic Vision. He also has really good charge bonus. You can see my Brass Orb didn't quite catch full contact there as those Ungor Raiders. And yeah, those Ungor Raiders just sitting back, content to fire in now. I'm not really too worried about them for the moment. I'm just more worried about rolling up this Death Ball here because, yeah, I mean, if Dimmy wants to blob in most of his units kind of right on top of this Death Ball, that's fine by me. They're all getting drained by the Plague Furnace. They're all getting, you know, ran over by Doom Mules, getting ran over by Flayers, getting ran over by Rat Ogres. So yeah, eventually I do realize, like, okay, these Ungor Raiders doing a little bit of damage here at range, especially to, like, the Rat Ogres, who are the only unit here that are relatively squishy. Council Guard are also starting to take quite a bit of damage here. Flock of Doom, honestly, really good against the Council Guard. Because Flock of Doom scales best at units that are 120 unit models, the Council Guard being the only unit that's that expensive, I want to say, that has that many unit models, Flock of Doom is actually a really, really good spell to take. Flock of Doom just in general is a great spell in this matchup. But yeah, the Death Ball is still moving at the moment. We have managed to roll up one unit of Ungor Raiders here, and the Centaurs blobbing in. I mean, obviously they'll die, but they will at least body block for the time being, which is, you know, good. It allows these Ungor Raiders a little bit more time to try and fire here. Council Guard all strung out. I'm not really sure where the center of the unit is at, so I don't think any of these guys are really getting the Guardian effect right now. But you can see the balance of power starting to turn a little bit against me, which is not the best here, so yeah. We'll see. I might be able to bring it back with some well-placed Plague Breaths, or maybe some summons or something. We'll see. But all of a sudden, a lot of these units in the front start to get terrified here, and yeah, here we go with a Plague, not a Plague Monk summon, but a Clan Rat summon, rather. At least I thought it was going. Oh, nope, looks like maybe it got cancelled. Not 100% sure, but Brass Orb goes off there. And yeah, we do another Overcast Death Frenzy just to give these guys a little bit more melee attack, try and keep them in the fight here a little bit. But it's not looking great. We do have a few rallying units coming back here, a few more Flayers, and the Rat Ogres as well, but we'll see. Icket's taken a lot of damage, just getting continuously cycle charged by the Chariots. Kazrak, likewise, has taken a lot of damage too, but he is still quite healthy at the moment. Let's see, the Plague Priest, though, is just taking endless volume of fire. These two units of Ungor Raiders have been able to fire free pretty much the whole time. We did manage to get rid of the Brayshaven, but here we go. Let's see if we can't roll up some Raiders now. Nice Plague Breath rips through there as well, and now we're going to get a summon that side shot right through those Raiders, and here comes the Clan Rat summon that we needed before, and that does bring the balance power back towards even as we get a massive terror rout of all these different Beastmen units, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and gang up on Kazarak and see if I can't finish him off. Unfortunately, the Plague Priest did rout as well, so the Plague Priest and Kazarak are going to sort of route in the same direction, which is fine with me. I can kind of keep my forces together and try and mop Kazarak up. Honestly, in hindsight, this is probably a mistake, though. If I would have dispatched these relatively mobile units to all go and clean up all those units that I had just terrified away, we might have been able to, you know, clean up a lot of them, maybe even shatter them permanently, but because I just let a lot of them rally, that brought the balance of power back significantly. I'm just desperately trying to finish off Kazarak here. He's not going quietly into that good night, but Doomflayer's charging. The Wheels of Doom, we finally have him pinned in here. It's not really great attacking him with chariots like this, a little bit of bumper cars action, one more Death Frenzy. Honestly, though, that Overcast, I don't know. I guess the Plague Priest is routing, so I couldn't have used it for the, what's it called, the Clan Rat summon, but I don't know. Kazarak manages to get away there, so was it really worth it at the end of the day to try and finish Kazarak off? If I had been able to finish him off, then I might have been able to just terror route a lot of these low-tier Beastmen units permanently and then just get a massive terror route going. So, I don't know. It ended up being really, really close at the end of the day, but now the balance power decisively against me as Ikit himself has been routed off. The Plague Priest managed to get one summon before he routed, but yeah, that's all she wrote. That summon's not going to be long for this world. We've got one rallying Flayer here, a couple more Rat Ogres over in the corner, but honestly, I am totally fine losing with that build because that Skaven build was super gross, and just, you know, I'm going to say I deserve to lose on that. And so, well on Dimmy. Really cool build from him as well, able to deal with, I'd imagine, a multitude of different Skaven builds. Because of the mass Vanguard, you can get in close and really negate like a missile-heavy Skaven build, negate a lot of their, you know, utility. Kazarak on a Chariot's just generally pretty good against the Skaven. You know, Chariots in general are good against the Skaven, and you saw here it can even deal with like a really nasty, gross like Skaven Death Blob Rush. So yeah, a very nice build from Dimmy, and honestly, in both games that I played with Dimmy, he played very, very well with the Beastmen, which is not a faction that's easy to play well with. So big props to Dimmy, and well played to him, and yeah, super fun game. In terms of the breakdown here, like I said, there are a few mistakes by me. Not rolling up the Raiders sooner was probably one of them. If I would have been able to get rid of the Raiders, I wouldn't have taken so much damage on, like, especially the Plague Priest. But honestly, I still even had a chance to win in that big terror route late in the game there. I think if I would have just used my mobile units rather than to try and finish off Kazarak, to just go after the units that had routed and try and do as much free damage to them as possible, basically, just to keep the balance power from going too far back. I don't know, it's hard to say at the end of the day. If I had been able to finish off Kazarak, obviously I would probably be saying something different, but who knows. It was definitely a very back and forth situation there right at the end, but I mean, yeah, in terms of Dimmy's build here, you don't see Kazarak too much, but I honestly think in this matchup, the way things are now, he has a really interesting niche. The fact that he's a Chariot Lord that has Vanguard deployment, so he can get in. The Beastmen just in general have really nice Vanguard. They're good DPS against low armor. It might struggle against like a really heavy like Storm Vermin army, but that's not super common in this matchup. So like I said, this build I'd imagine would be very good against a ranged heavy Skaven build, and it did just fine against this gross rush. So very well played to Dimmy there. In terms of the actual kills here, Wheels of Doom, 125, 88 for the Plague Priest, 95 for Ikit. Obviously, the kills going on the heavies there. 71 for these players, only 42 for these. Only a little bit underwhelming, but as you would expect for the Beastmen, tons of kills across the board. 101 on Gores, 216 on Gores, just mopping up all the slaves. 131, these Centaurs actually got an XP chevron, so they must have killed something important. But 102 there, 90. Always nice seeing the kill totals against the Skaven. I mean, we deployed similar numbers of troops here, but he definitely got the better of many of those engagements, especially infantry-wise, to be expected. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this battle. I've got plenty more coming your way. Been out of town. This video, probably by the time it's going up, I'll be back from being out of town, but I wanted to just give myself a few days of recovery time. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be announcing some very cool stuff very soon, upcoming within the next week or so of the time that this is getting posted. So keep your eyes peeled for that, something super secret and definitely going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more daily battle replays. If that's what you want, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button if you like the video. If not, feel free to dislike. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.